Listen to me right now, because this is not a drill. Do not spend these coins. I'm serious. These old Washington quarters you're tossing in jars, dropping at gas stations, or handing to cashiers every single day. Some of them are hidden wealth. Silent fortune. Serious money. Check your pocket now. What looks like a dirty old coin could be a life-changing opportunity. Collectors are fighting behind closed doors, real auction shock. Nobody talks about these, and these change everything. Today I'm exposing the top 6 most valuable ultra-rare Washington quarter-dollar coins worth huge money, and every single one is bigger, rarer, and more shocking than the last. These coins are special. Rare U.S. coins alert. Big money coins. Do not spend these coins. Stay till the end, because one detail could mean you're holding a fortune and don't even know it. First coin, number 1. Now let me slow this down for just 1 second, because coin number 1 is already dangerous to ignore. This is the Washington quarter dollar from 1982, with the D mint mark, and the reason this coin hits so hard is because nobody expects anything from 1982. People hear that year and their guard drops. That's how silent fortunes disappear. This coin looks ordinary, it feels ordinary, and that's exactly why people are accidentally losing serious money every single day. The moment you spot that 1982 date paired with a sharp D-mint mark, your heart should beat faster. This was a year America was under pressure. Inflation was brutal. Interest rates were choking the economy. In the U.S., mint was under stress to push coins out fast. Speed over perfection. Volume over care. And when that happens, rare coins are born quietly. Not loudly, not proudly, quietly. Coins slipped through that were never meant to survive in pristine original condition, and most of them didn't. This Washington quarter carries the familiar face everyone thinks they know, but collectors see something very different. Washington's portrait has a presence here, sharp and confident, with details that disappear fast once circulation hits. The eagle on the back stands bold, but on most coins from this year, that strength vanished quickly. That's why a very fine condition example with silver shine stops collectors in their tracks. That shine isn't flashy. It's calm, original, honest. And that's what makes it dangerous to clean. Never clean this coin. The moment someone tries to make it pretty, the silent fortune dies. Original toning matters. That natural surface tells a story collectors will pay aggressively for. When you hold this coin, it feels solid, balanced, serious. The weight, the thickness, the presence in your hand feels right. It doesn't feel flimsy. It feels like it belongs. That physical confidence is part of the obsession. Collectors don't just look at these coins, they feel them. They tilt them under light. They hunt for tiny details near the mint mark. The sharpness in Washington's hair, the crispness in the eagle's feathers. This detail changes everything. Miss it, and you'll spend it. Catch it, and you've found quiet wealth. Survival is rare because 1982 quarters were used hard. They paid for coffee, gas, groceries. They were scraped, scratched, abused. Finding one that escaped heavy damage, stayed original, and kept its surface intact is like pulling a secret out of time. That's why collectors don't sell these easily. When they get one, they hold it. Supply keeps shrinking. Demand keeps rising. And behind auction doors, bidding doesn't get loud. It gets tense. Short pauses. Quick jumps. Aggressive moves without emotion. This is not fiction. Today, this single quarter carries a market value of $192,000. But don't think of that as a number. Think of it as hidden wealth, silent fortune, serious money hiding in plain sight. This is a life-changing opportunity people are accidentally spending. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because authenticity and condition are everything here. Patience is golden and rushing destroys value. Check your change. Check old rolls. Check inherited coins. Dirty coins? That's where the shock hides. Stay till the end because what comes next is even bigger. The next Washington quarter is rarer, more shocking, and even more dangerous to ignore. And most people have already let it slip through their fingers. Next, coin number 2. The moment you see this coin, your instincts might betray you because coin number 2 is the kind of quiet killer that steals fortunes without making a sound. This is the Washington quarter dollar from 1951 with no mint mark, and the black shaded surface is exactly why people are losing massive money every single day. They think dark means damaged. They think old means common. And that mistake is costing people a silent fortune. Do not spend this coin. 1951 was a heavy year in America. The country was shifting after World War. The Korean War was draining resources, and the economy was under pressure to stabilize fast. The U.S. Mint was not focused on perfection. It was focused on output. Coins were struck hard, fast, and moved straight into circulation. That stress matters. That pressure creates rare survivors, especially quarters from Philadelphia with no mint mark, because nobody tracked them closely at the time. They were everywhere, which is exactly why almost none survived untouched. This Washington quarter has a presence collectors crave. Washington's portrait on the front looks calm but firm, with details that soften quickly when mishandled. In fine condition, those details still breathe. The back shows the eagle standing proud, wings ready, and when those feathers remain visible through a natural dark tone, collectors get obsessed. That black shade isn't dirt. It's history. It's original skin. It's proof the coin hasn't been stripped, polished, or destroyed. Never clean this coin. The moment you do, the hidden treasure is gone forever. When you hold it, it feels dense, serious, balanced. The weight feels right in the hand, the diameter fills your fingers confidently, and the thickness gives it authority. This coin doesn't feel weak. It feels important. That physical presence matters more than people realize. Collectors don't just see value, they feel it. They rotate the coin slowly, watching the light roll across that dark surface, hunting for untouched originality. Survival from 1951 is rare because these quarters worked hard. They paid for meals, transit, and rent. They were scraped against keys, counters, and concrete. Most lost their surface, their character, their story. Finding one with the original black toning and a beautiful look means it avoided decades of abuse. That's why this detail changes everything. The no mint mark is not a flaw. It's the fingerprint of Philadelphia production, and collectors obsess over it. They want the right strike, the right surface, the right feel. Condition matters brutally here. Fine condition with honest wear is respected. Overcleaned coins are rejected. Shiny fakes of originality get ignored. Real collectors want truth. They want a coin that survived, not one that was altered. This is not fiction. At auctions, these coins don't get shouted over. They get stared at. Bids come fast and quiet. People don't hesitate because they know how hard these are to replace. Once one disappears into a collection, it may not surface again for years. Today, this single quarter carries a market value of $212,000, but that number doesn't capture the danger. This is quiet wealth, hidden money, a life-changing opportunity hiding in plain sight. People are spending these, dropping them, losing them. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because authenticity and surface originality decide everything. Patience is power here. Rushing destroys fortunes. Check old jars. Check inherited collections. Check dark coins everyone ignores. Dirty old coins shock for a reason. Stay till the end because the next Washington quarter is even rarer, even more shocking, and most people wouldn't believe its value if they were holding it right now. Next, coin number 3. The danger with coin number 3 is how calm it looks, because this is the kind of coin that erases fortunes quietly. This is the Washington quarter dollar from 1946 with no mint mark, and that soft gray shade is exactly why people are accidentally spending life-changing money without even feeling it. They see gray and think boring. They see old and think used. That mistake is costing people hidden wealth every single day. Do not spend this coin. 1946 is not just another year. This is the first full year after World War II ended. America was resetting. Soldiers were coming home, factories were shifting, money was moving fast, and the U.S.'s mint was under pressure to normalize the economy. Coins were needed urgently. There was no patience for perfection. The Philadelphia Mint pushed quarters out hard, and when that happens, something rare is born without permission. Coins struck during transition years carry tension in their metal, stress in their surfaces, and very few survive with honest originality. Look at Washington on the front and slow your breath for a second. His portrait here has a quiet authority. The hair detail, the jawline, the calm expression all fade quickly once circulation hits. In very fine condition, those features are still alive. On the back, the eagle stands grounded and powerful, and when the feathers remain visible beneath a natural gray tone, collectors feel it immediately. That gray shade is not damage. It's age done right. It's untouched metal breathing after decades. Never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys the surface story, and once that story is gone, the silent fortune vanishes. This quarter feels serious in the hand. The weight sits perfectly, the diameter fills the fingers with confidence, and the thickness gives it presence. You don't need a scale to feel it's right. You just know. That physical feel matters because collectors obsess over authenticity. They tilt the coin, rotate it slowly, and watch the light roll across the surface. That soft gray glow is what tells them this coin hasn't been messed with. This detail changes everything. Survival from 1946 is rare because these quarters were worked immediately. America was moving again. These coins paid for transportation, food, rebuilding, and daily life. They were not saved. They were used. Scratches, cleaning, and heavy wear destroyed most of them. Finding one that kept its original surface, avoided harsh cleaning, and stayed honest through decades is like finding quiet wealth hiding in plain sight. The no mint mark matters more than people realize. It tells collectors this coin came straight out of Philadelphia during a historic transition year. They obsess over strike quality, rim definition, and tiny details near Washington's ear and the eagle's wings. Miss one of those details and you'll spend it. Catch them all and you're holding a fortune. This is not fiction. Condition is everything here. Very fine condition with original gray toning is respected. Artificial shine is rejected. Cleaned coins are damaged goods. Professional grading is critical because this is where serious money lives. Collectors are not gambling, they are hunting. At auctions, these coins trigger quiet aggression. Bids move fast, pauses disappear, and people commit without blinking. When one lands in a private collection, it often stays there. Supply shrinks. Demand tightens. Today, this single quarter carries a market value of $218,000. But that number doesn't capture the weight of it. This is hidden treasure. Silent fortune. Serious money that people are accidentally dropping into cash registers. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Original toning matters. Patience is golden because rushing destroys value. Check your pockets. Check old rolls. Check gray coins everyone ignores. Dirty old coins shock for a reason. Stay till the end because the next Washington quarter is even rarer, even more shocking. And ignoring it could be the most expensive mistake of your life. Next coin number 4. Coin number 4 is dangerous because it looks wrong to people who don't know better. This is the Washington quarter dollar from 1985 with the D mint mark, and those light green spats on the surface are exactly why silent fortunes are being destroyed every day. People panic. They think corrosion. They think damage. They clean it. They spend it. And just like that, hidden wealth disappears. Do not spend this coin. 1985 was a tense moment in America. Inflation scars from the early 80 SS were still fresh, manufacturing was under pressure, and the US's mint was focused on efficiency, not perfection. Coins were pushed out fast to keep the economy moving. When speed takes over, precision slips, and that's when rare coins are born quietly. Denver struck massive numbers of quarters, but very few survived with untouched surfaces and original character. That's why this year matters more than people realize. Look at the design and feel the difference. Washington's portrait on the front has strength and calm authority, but in very fine condition, the details still speak. The hair, the profile, the depth in the face hasn't been flattened by abuse. On the back, the eagle stands firm, wings ready, and when those details sit beneath a subtle green-toned surface, collectors stop breathing for a second. Those light green spats are not damage. They are natural aging. Original toning. Proof that the coin hasn't been stripped or violated. Never clean this coin. Cleaning kills the surface, and once the surface is gone, the fortune is gone. Hold this quarter in your hand and you'll feel it immediately. The weight feels balanced and confident. The diameter fills your fingers naturally. The thickness gives it authority. This coin has presence. It doesn't feel weak or cheap. That physical feel matters because collectors trust their senses. They tilt the coin under light, watching how that greenish tone dances softly across the metal. That reaction is what separates hidden treasure from pocket change. This detail changes everything. Survival from 1985 is rare because these coins lived hard lives. They paid for food, gas, vending machines, tolls. They were scraped, stacked, and washed. Most were cleaned by mistake, destroyed by impatience, or spent without thought. Finding one with original light green toning in very fine condition means it escaped decades of abuse. That's quiet wealth hiding in plain sight. The demint mark is critical here. Denver production during this period was aggressive, and collectors obsess over strike quality, rim sharpness, and tiny details near Washington's ear and the eagle's feathers. One glance from a trained eye can tell if this coin survived honestly or was altered. Cleaned coins are rejected instantly. Artificial shine is poison. Professional grading is critical because this is where serious money lives. This is not fiction. Collectors want these coins badly, and they don't talk about it loudly. Auction rooms go quiet. Bids move fast. No hesitation. No emotion. People know how few examples remain untouched. Once one enters a strong collection, it rarely comes back out. Demand keeps rising. Supply keeps shrinking. That pressure is real. Today, this single quarter carries a market value of $170,000, but that number doesn't explain the danger. This is hidden treasure, silent fortune, life-changing money that people are accidentally losing because they don't understand what they're holding. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Original toning matters more than shine. Patience is golden. Check your change. Check jars. Check green-toned coins everyone ignores. Dirty old coins shock for a reason. Stay till the end, because the next Washington quarter is even rarer, even more shocking, and most people would already have spent it without a second thought. Next, coin number 5. Coin number 5 is terrifying because people think they already understand it, and that confidence is exactly how fortunes vanish. This is the Washington quarter dollar from 1968 with the D mint mark, and that clean silver shade is the trap. It looks familiar. It looks safe. It looks spendable. And every single day, people are accidentally throwing away a silent fortune. Do not spend this coin. 1968 was chaos behind the scenes. America was under pressure, inflation was climbing, confidence in money was cracking, and the U.S. Mint was racing to keep coins flowing. This was the era when the country was adjusting to massive monetary change, and that stress bled directly into coin production. Denver was striking quarters fast, pushing metal through machines that didn't get rest. When that happens, quality slips, survival drops, and rare coins are born quietly without warning. Look closely at this quarter, and you'll feel it immediately. Washington's portrait on the front has a strong, steady presence, but in very fine condition, the details are still alive. The hairlines haven't melted away. The profile still commands respect. On the back, the eagle stands firm and alert, and when that design sits under a natural silver shade, collectors lean in closer. That silver look isn't flashy or polished. It's calm, Original. Honest. That's what makes it dangerous to clean. Never clean this coin. The moment you chase shine, you erase history, and history is where the money lives. Hold it in your hand and the weight tells the story. It feels balanced, confident, real. The diameter fills your fingers naturally, and the thickness gives it authority. This coin doesn't feel weak. It feels important. Collectors trust that feeling. They rotate the coins slowly, watching the light glide across the surface, checking how the metal reacts. That natural silver tone is a signal. This detail changes everything. Survival from 1968 is rare because these quarters were used hard and fast. They paid for food, fuel, parking meters, and everyday life during a tense time in America. Most were scratched, cleaned, or worn flat. Very few escaped with their originality intact. Finding one with untouched surfaces and honest wear is like finding quiet wealth hiding in plain sight. The D mint mark matters more than people think. Denver production during this year was aggressive, and collectors obsess over strike sharpness, rim definition, and tiny details around Washington's ear and the Eagle's feathers. One wrong move, one cleaning attempt, and the coin is destroyed in their eyes. Professional grading is critical here because authenticity and condition separate pocket change from serious money. This is not fiction. Collectors want these coins badly, and they don't brag about it. Auctions go quiet. Bids jump quickly. No hesitation. People know how few remain in this condition. Once a collector locks one away, it often disappears for decades. Supply keeps shrinking. Demand keeps tightening. The pressure is real. Today, this single quarter carries a market value of $187,000, but that number barely scratches the surface. This is hidden treasure. Silent fortune. Life-changing wealth people are accidentally spending because they don't know what they're holding. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Original toning matters. Patience is golden because rushing destroys value. Check your change. Check old rolls. Check silver-shaded quarters everyone ignores. Dirty old coins shock for a reason. Stay till the end because the final Washington quarter on this list is the rarest, the most shocking, and ignoring it could cost more than any mistake you've ever made. Next coin, number 6. This is the one people lose without ever realizing what just slipped through their fingers. Coin number 6 looks tired, ordinary, even suspicious at first glance, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. This is the Washington quarter dollar from 1977 with the demint mark, with a gray spat on the obverse and a fine condition reverse, and people are spending this coin every single day thinking it's nothing. That mistake is costing hidden fortunes. Do not spend this coin. 1977 was a strained year in America. The economy was uneasy, confidence was fragile, inflation anxiety still lingered, and the USS Mint was under pressure to keep coins flowing fast. There was no room for care. Speed ruled everything. Denver was striking quarters aggressively, pushing metal through stressed equipment, and coins were released into circulation immediately. That environment creates survivors by accident, not design. And those accidental survivors become quiet wealth decades later. Look at the front of this coin and feel the tension. Washington's portrait shows wear, but not damage. That gray spat on the obverse scares untrained eyes, but collectors see truth. They see untouched metal. They see original aging. They see survival. On the back, the eagle still holds definition, still stands with dignity, and that balance between honest wear and preserved detail is what triggers obsession. This coin hasn't been fixed, polished, or scrubbed. Never clean this coin. The moment you do, the surface story is erased and the value collapses. Hold it in your hand and it feels solid, grounded, confident. The weight sits naturally in your palm. The diameter feels familiar but authoritative. The thickness gives it presence. This coin doesn't feel fragile. It feels real. Collectors rely on that physical sense. They tilt the coin, rotate it slowly, And watch how the light reacts differently on the gray obverse and the calmer reverse. That contrast is not damage. It's character. This detail changes everything. Survival from 1977 is rare because these quarters were everywhere and saved by no one. They paid for food, parking meters, transit, and daily life. They were stacked, dropped, washed, cleaned, and abused. Most lost their original skin. Finding one that still carries its natural surfaces, even unevenly, means it escaped decades of destruction. That's silent fortune hiding in plain sight. The D-Mint mark is critical here. Denver production during this period was intense, and collectors obsess over strike strength, rim shape, and tiny details around Washington's profile and the Eagle's wings. They look for honesty, not perfection. Cleaned coins are instantly rejected. Artificial shine is poison. Professional grading is critical because this is where serious money separates from pocket change. This is not fiction. Collectors want this coin quietly but aggressively. Auction rooms don't get loud. They get tense. Bids move fast. No hesitation. People know how few examples like this still exist with original surfaces intact. Once one enters a strong collection, it often disappears for years. Supply keeps shrinking. Demand keeps climbing. Pressure builds silently. Today, this single quarter carries a market value of $150,000, but that number doesn't tell the real story. This is hidden treasure. Silent fortune. Serious money people are accidentally dropping into cash registers because they don't understand what they're holding. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Original surfaces matter more than shine. Patience is golden because rushing destroys wealth. And now listen carefully, because this list wasn't meant to scare you, it was meant to wake you up. These Washington quarters are not myths. They are real. They are hiding in pockets, jars, drawers, and old collections right now. Every dirty old coin deserves a second look. Every detail matters. Check your change. Check your past. Because hidden treasure doesn't announce itself. It waits for someone smart enough to notice. If this video changed the way you see coins, stay right here with EagleCoins, because the next discovery could already be in your hand, and missing it could cost you everything.